Statesman Nation. We're here with Chris Pierson as we preview the 2018-2019 women's golf season. Coach Pierson's in his second year. He's got it all figured out. He won a conference title last year. This is easy. This is all easy. All top 10 finish and everything in nationals. I mean, this is very easy for him. All that. So, Coach, before we get into, you got the full list. He's prepared to talk about this year, but let's rewind and talk about last year. Recap it, put a nice bow on it finally.
It was a great year. We do have, we're lucky to have an upper class heavy team, and a lot of returners coming back this year from last year's team. So that does make it easy for me, but it doesn't get any easier just because of that. But it was an outstanding year. I mean, we had a transition coaching wise. My first year, I've been around. The girls knew me, but you never know exactly how it's going to change, and it went probably about as good as it could. Like you said, we won a conference championship, went down to nationals, finished in the top 10. We knew all year, we were capable of being a top 10 team in the country, and went down there and proved it. And that was awesome. I mean, we always talk about peaking in May, not peaking too early throughout the year, and we did it. I mean, we peaked at May, we peaked at the right time, and it was really nice and a nice way to end the season.
Well, that's kind of what you guys did. When you talk about peaking in May, like, you actually struggled out of the gate. For our comparisons, it wasn't a really great fall. It's kind of, won a couple tournaments, but nothing all that special. And then you get into the spring and flip the page, everything started clicking. You finally break 300, and then, you go down to Florida and shoot really well and shoot with all the best teams in the NAIA. So, so again, a great group coming back. Talk about a couple of the new kids first, and then we'll talk about, since that's kind of what you did in the off season. Continue to solidify the team, and then we talk about just the overall team, breaking them down.
We got two freshmen coming in, Bailey Frayne and Julia Hipley. Bailey Frayne's an Iowa girl, played in arguably one of the tougher classes in Iowa. 2A, it's a very competitive class if you look at the scores, and they're all competitive, but for 2A in Iowa, it's usually smaller schools, but it's very competitive, high level competition. She's a multiple state qualifier. She finished second last year at state, won the co-ed this summer. So we're looking for big things from her. Julia Hipley's from Ohio, Huron, Ohio, over there by Sandusky where the roller coasters are.
There you go.
And
Tommy Boy and all that.
And she also is a multiple state qualifier in Ohio. Had a great high school career. She was one that kind of committed and worked through the transition process with us, and we're really happy that she did commit and stay, and we're looking for big things. And these two are coming into a very tough class. Like we said, we got a lot of returners, so there's a lot of good competition, and these two are ready to battle, and that's what we're looking for.
Definitely. Like you said, a lot of competition. You're returning 6 all-conference, right?
Yeah.
Make sure I'm counting right. I was like 6,
5.
Yeah. No, 5, yes. That's why we had 6.
We had
lost
6.
Brooke. That's why I was thinking that number didn't seem right. Okay. Then anyway, returning 5 all-conference. So right there you could say, here's our varsity lineup.
Yes.
We all-conference. Pretty good setup. So just talk about this really, really talented returning group.
Yeah, this group, I mean, if you look back at what they've accomplished thus far, I mean, is pretty amazing. I mean, they've 3 conference championships, been to nationals, finished, in the top 10 last year at nationals. You got Elise Warren, who's a 2-time player of the year in conference. Megan Rhodes, who was co-player of the year with Elise last year.
Amazing turnaround, yeah. She was always a good player, but really, really stepped up.
And all 5 of them are multiple all-conference players.
Right.
So, I mean, this group is special. I mean, they've done a lot, and we're really looking forward to see what they can do, kind of finish off their career. But, I mean, you could say this is our varsity team, but we're going to still compete with everybody and, see who can maybe shake it up. I mean, it might not be a bad thing to shake it up. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see these girls, progress through their senior year and, see how it ends and put the bow tie on it.
Right, exactly. Break it down a little bit. I mean, we do have so many players. I want them to actually get their names spoken, I guess. and you can speak a little bit about what they've what they mean to the program, or how maybe somebody has really turned it on this summer and has been a surprise so far in camp, or whatever like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Elise and Elise has led us, the last couple of years. Helene Larson has been a staple in that top 5 all 3 years that she's played so far. Megan Rhodes, she actually graduated last year.
Right.
Graduated 3 years and coming back doing the master's program to play her final year. So we're excited about that. Those 3 have bounced in and out of the top 5 their whole career.
Yeah.
Elise and Helene a little more stable, but Megan, last year I would say Megan was kind of the breakthrough athlete for our team. I mean, she came out, she worked hard last summer, and she just played.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice, pleasant surprise because going in, we kind of didn't know where. We knew we had 3 with Brittany Evans and Elise and Helene, but we didn't know about 4 and 5.
Right.
And Megan came in and just played really well. And then Alexis Gamarez. I mean, she was one that peaked right at the right time. Last spring, she just broke out of her shell, and she's continued that so far. I mean, so far now, with qualifying and practice so far, you can tell she's really put in the time and the effort. And Brittany Evans is the same way. I mean, they're both juniors, so that does help, for next year.
Right,
but they're definitely putting the hard work and dedication in that we expect, and all the girls are. All the girls are, but it's kind of touched more on the seniors. Tiffany Duhan, she was one last year. She got most improved player because she dropped her average about 9 strokes from her sophomore year to her junior year. So she's been working hard. She stuck around this summer. Went home for a little bit, but stuck around for most summer. Played a lot of golf. And, worked. Sophie Lunn is another senior that has progressively got better throughout, and she's going to be knocking on that 6'5" spot. I mean, she could definitely get in there if she keeps working. And another one that stayed around all summer and worked at the golf course, or worked here and then went to the golf course about every day. So, as far as juniors, mentioned Brittany Evans. Obviously, she's had a stellar career so far, and looking to keep going there. Alexis Gamarez and Deanna Pfeiffer. Deanna Pfeiffer's one that could sneak in that top 6 as well. She's going into her 3rd year, and one that's going to graduate early as well. So, she's looking to make a good 3rd year, and she could sneak in there. And then we go down to our sophomores, the 3 that came in last year, Madison Lance, Casey Kennedy, and Katrina Estes. They all, that struggle your freshman year, the transition from high school to college. They all had a little bit of that, and, they worked on it, and they got better as the year went on, and, they put in a lot of time this summer, I know, through our practice plans and things that we sent out, and then relaying back, how they did and stuff. Right. They put in the time, and, all 3 of them are ready to compete. So it's going to be a battle. I mean, there's, we do have that solid 5, but, every week it could change real easy. So.
Well, last year was a testament that if somebody goes down, somebody else was ready. Because when Elise got hurt and she was a little banged up for a couple weeks, guess what? Alexis steps in and ends up getting a Player of the Week on her, and she just she shoots out of her gourd, and she continues to do that. She didn't just stop and say, well, I just had one good week. She continued to improve, and she ends up making the Nationals team, and just showing how deep you guys are, and there's a potential for somebody just to get hot at the right time, and they could find themselves in that top 5.
And I think she kind of found herself in that moment.
Yeah.
Right? She found out 20 minutes before the tee time.
Yeah, exactly right.
She was getting moved up and replacing Elise, and it was a little nerve-wracking, but she came out and she dominated.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of her comfort. Like she was like, I'm ready. I'm ready, and she hasn't stopped.
Yeah, definitely. I know you switching off of talking from players through your schedule. You said you have a change in the schedule, so we'll get to all that in a little bit, but that'll be on statesmanathletics.com. But you guys actually start next weekend, next Saturday, at the Augustana. It's a Highland Classic, but hosted by Augustana. So you guys are over in the Quad Cities area. Talk about the rest of the schedule and how that's again fall's kind of weird for golf because it doesn't really mean a whole. I mean, it means a whole lot. But it doesn't because you don't have to be playing your best golf in October. You want to be playing it, 9 months from now. So
it is strange because it's more of our season,
right?
Because we play more tournaments, and we go to the bigger tournaments, and it's not such a short time,
right?
But like you said, the spring is the main season, and the season we need to peak. But our fall schedule, it's kind of different than years past, where it's a little lighter with a little more breaks. We're going to the Highland Classic next week, which is the same place we ended last year during the regular season.
Right.
Was Augustine's event, so it was a good event. They get some really good D3 schools that come and play in it. So last year was a really good test. We didn't know where we were going into nationals, and we showed up in Illinois Wesleyan, who's ranked 10th in D3, and Wisconsin Whitewater, who was ranked in the top 25, showed up, and we're like, oh, okay. Here we go. So we're going back again to start the season off. So looking forward to see where we're at there. And then we go to Lila Fromit, hosted by Briarcliff up in Sioux City, which is another good tournament. Briarcliff's been a national qualifier. Morningside, obviously, is a national qualifier. So, and then you get the GPAC conference. So we get to see some different competition and kind of see, where we're at. And it's a good tournament. Nice 2-day tournament on a good course that will test you, because you got to be pretty accurate. You can't spread the drive too much, and you can get in trouble pretty quick. So we're going to that, and then we're hosting our Fall Classic at Edmondson, September 24th and 25th. So it'll be a Monday, Tuesday event.
Right.
Both teams will be playing in that. And, looking forward to that. Got a decent field coming for that. And then we have quite a break. We have about 2 weeks off, and we're going to need it, because we're going to Oklahoma City October 15th and 16th, I believe, to play in the national preview, because Oklahoma City's hosting nationals next year. So if we're lucky enough to win conference, that's where it's going to be. And I got the field the other day, and it's going to be a good one.
It's stout, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is very, very stout. Yes, because we get some of those southeast schools that haven't been over there to play. Oklahoma City always hosts a tournament. We usually go anyways, but this year it's the preview, so there's going to be teams that aren't usually there, and that'll be awesome. That's going to be fun, and it's nice that it's a little later, so we can work on some things and get going that way. And then we end the fall season at the conference preview down at Osage National in Lake of the Ozarks. So, it'll be.
I mean, and it sounds like all those courses are going to be a lot of fun. I mean, Edmondson obviously is not going to rival some of those in the history and the glam and all that, but it's going to be fun to be hosting, and you guys can defend your turf and all that. But the rest of those fields sound, really tough, and should be a good preparation. Find out where you're at, and just again prove. Are you guys as good as you say you are and everything? But again, you don't have to be playing your best, but it'll help to figure things out. So.
And obviously we always, like we said earlier, it's not about peaking now. It's about peaking, in that springtime when the conference tournament rolls around, and that is the qualifier into nationals. So.
Finally, kind of keys to success right now. Like, what are you guys going to be emphasizing this fall? Again, knowing that it's not the most important, but we got to be moving forward, continue moving forward, and push ourselves into next spring. But what's going to be some of the things that you want to again emphasize?
Like you said, it is a process, and you got to kind of accept the grind that the fall season is, because we do get started in August and getting back into the swing of school. There's a lot of things going on, so you just got to learn to balance everything throughout the fall, and accept that you're going to have some bad rounds, but like you said, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but there's time to fix it and time to work on it throughout the year, whether it be through the season or when we start swinging inside late February. But that's always the main focus. Is now is the time to get everything fine-tuned, get used to the class schedule, get used to practice, and get everything taken care of there. Some other things we focus on, is for some of the girls is just keep competing, because you never know. The Alexis Gamera story is a prime example. You just never know. We have that next person up mentality on the team. You never, golf's, you don't think of injuries much in golf, but you just never know when it could happen. One bad shot, one tree root, something like that. We've all seen it on the PGA, but just be ready and prepare each day. Like you could be called, and we need everybody on the team pushing everybody. If we want to reach that ultimate goal, it doesn't matter where you're at on the team. If you're not pushing above you, then we're not doing what we need to do.
Exactly.
And lastly, is have fun. That's what it's about. The college experience, have fun, enjoy your time with your teammates, enjoy the tournaments, enjoy practice as much as you can.
Yeah.
Practice is kind of a grind at times, but
Yeah.
just have fun with it,
Yeah.
and experience what you want to experience, and let's work hard, and everything else will kind of take care of itself if we do those things.
Exactly. Well, you guys have always done a great job of enjoying the experience, excuse me, and having fun. Your team gets along better than any other team on campus, so that should make it a lot of enjoyable. You might get into that middle of the season and just trying to dig deep. You're like, oh, do I really have to go to practice or whatever?
Yeah.
But you guys will keep it fresh, I'm sure, and have fun. But best of luck as you're moving forward here into the unofficial season, but it's still a very important season. Again, Coach Pierson and the ladies, they will be out down in Augustana in the Quad Cities area next Saturday and Sunday, I assume.
Yep, Saturday
And Sunday for the Highland Classic. So if you can be down there, cheer them on. Otherwise, everything William Penn athletics related will be on statesmanathletics.com. All right. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.